All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a couple of very similar watches here. We'll talk about that in a second. Oh boy, today, what are we going to call this video? We'll call it, Why Do I Feel Like I'm Rotating 21 Watches? Now, in parentheses, we'll put, when I really only own 7. How could 7 feel like 21? We'll talk about that later. First of all, I want to tell you, I made an appearance in TGV's watch video where he talks about whether or not he's going to keep his Rolex or not. And I enjoyed it. I've been in more than one of his videos, and I want to thank him. And let me explain. First, it's very flattering to be in a TGV video. Now, TGV, he's a YouTuber. He makes professional grade videos. Like me, he's afflicted with a watch bug. Like me, he wants to get off the hamster wheel of crazy. And he has selected some of my raw, unedited video outtakes to be part of his very lavish conversation, and I'm very flattered by that. Now, just to let you guys know, my videos are very raw, in part because I'm really a podcaster and I'm using YouTube as my platform. I mean, I am a fish out of water. I am Jethro Bodine from Bug Tussle, trying to find my way in Beverly Hills. Now, my videos are very raw, they're unedited, and they're countrified. My videos are chicken fried steak with tater tots and gravy. Now, in contrast, if you haven't seen a TGV video, I would compare it to dining in a fine restaurant. The decor is meticulous. The music is appropriately lavish. The production design is impeccable. When you watch a TGV video, you feel like you're dining in an elegant restaurant where you're sitting with TGV himself at the table with champagne, caviar, prime rib, filet mignon, tapas. You name it. There are beautiful people everywhere, adorned in the finest clothes from the finest haberdasheries. They're wearing the finest jewelry. And there's not just food and beautiful dining in a TGV video. Nope, he's not content with that. There's entertainment, there's outtakes from TV shows, movies, there's glimpses of historical archives, there's rarely seen behind-the-scenes insights into the watchmaking process. There's international travel, he has it all. A TGV video is a rich, multi-layered, elegant experience. But then I show up. Come on! I'm standing outside the restaurant. I'm a homeless dude pressing my face against the window. It's raining out. You know who I look like? I look like the actor Dean Norris, the pugnacious police officer from Breaking Bad. I'm dressed in faded jeans, a soiled t-shirt. Raindrops are cascading off my bald head. My weathered face looks lugubrious with unapologetic desperation. And all the rich people are offended that I'm standing there pressing my giant face against the glass. They want me to be shooed away. But TGV, he opens the doors and he looks at me and says, "Welcome in, my man. You're welcome. This dude's got something to say. He's welcome to the party." So TGV welcomed the fat bald dude to the party. That's right. Now, in the movie version, when this happens, it will be discovered that TGV was correct. His intuition was correct about me. I wasn't really a homeless dude. It was a disguise, you see. It was a test. I was actually Sir Francis Drake, the timepiece explorer. Ready to share my timepiece wisdom. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, whatever, dude. All right, so I want to thank TGV. Watching my raw videos and his highly produced videos is always entertaining. I don't know, I feel a little bit like The Truman Show. Maybe being John Malkovich. Ooh, there's a video for it. Anyways, today I want to talk about 4 things. I want to talk about how do you differentiate watch twins. Like this here in my hand. This is the SPB 147, and here is its twin, the 143. I mean, the only thing that really distinguishes them is the dial color. And then I want to talk about what is the times 7 principle of watches. Times 7, multiply by 7. 3, I want to ask this: why are watch obsessives fixated on the idea of a one and done watch? A one and done. You know what a one and done watch is? It's the one watch you wear. You wear it every day. You don't wear other watches. Why? Because I have a one and done. And then my last question in today's presentation is, what is a true power move for a watch enthusiast? Does a power move really exist? Can I tell you guys something? It does. Dude, I've seen the power move in the watch community. I'm going to share it with you today if you stay with me. Let's first talk about watch twins. These are twins. And when you have twins, you have certain challenges. Which one are you going to wear of the twins? Is the dial color sufficient to mark them as different? And it's not. Now this 143 looks amazing on the original Tropic. It looks amazing, and I tried to distinguish it by putting the 147 on a slightly different tapering Nevada Grenchen Tropic. Now this differential is not good enough. In my experience, I'm going to have to put a different strap on these. What I'm going to do is this. Because this Nevada Grenchen, as much as I love the material, the comfort, it's one of those quick release. Quick release makes me a little anxious. So what I'm going to probably do is I'm going to put the original Tropic on this. Now get this. I already have 2 original black Tropics, so I could actually have them both. But it's not enough. It's not enough difference. So what I think I'm going to do is put the original black Tropic on this one. And what I'm going to try it. I don't know how it's going to work, but I think I'm going to put my dive core, my 20 millimeter dive core on this one, just to make. I don't know. I think from my experience, I have to have different straps on twin watches. Let me give you guys a bad analogy. While I put some other twins in the shot. I'm going to give you guys a very bad analogy for twins. Here is a dive core and Tropic on my other twins. Now let me tell you guys something. George Foreman has 5 sons, and he's so lazy, he named them all George. I mean, that's like having 5 watches and putting them all on the Tropic strap. That's lazy. What he should have done is given them different names, and he could have put tattoos. He could have put tattoos on his forearm so he wouldn't forget their names. That would be the equivalent. So, I don't know, man. Here, what I did was I put the 051 on the dive core and the Captain Willers on the Tropic. Let me just put the 051 in here all by itself. The 051, you know, you never know what your relationship is going to be with a watch until you get it and you experiment. But I don't know why I never connected with the 051 called the Wimura. I never connected with it on the bracelet, and I connect with it on this dive core with the fat spring bars, and I connect with it on the Tropic as well. But let's just leave that in here in the picture, and let's go to point 2. When you have a beautiful watch, first of all, I want to give you guys some good news. I have 7 watches. They're all beautiful, but here's the bad news about having 7 beautiful watches. Oh, let's see if I can explain this to you guys. So when a watch exceeds a certain level of beauty, it replicates itself 7 times. In other words, one watch, this one watch here, for example, and this applies to all of my watches, one watch is the equivalent of 7 watches. Isn't a dog, when it's like 1, isn't it really 7? Isn't that dog years? So when you have a beautiful watch, one watch is really 7 watches. It's called the times 7 principle of watches. And what this means is that you want to wear this watch every day for, every day of the week. This is part of the times 7 principal watches. Good news, all my watches are exceedingly beautiful. Bad news, because they've reached this level of beauty, it's actually like having 7 watches in one. And that's terrible because I have 7 watches. But according to the times 7 principal watches, I have 21 watches. You know what that does to me? That creates chaos and despair in my watch collection. And that leads me to point 3 of today's presentation. I call this the one and done fantasy. The one and done fantasy. Okay, let me explain that to you. All watch enthusiasts, you got to give them truth serum sometimes because they don't want to admit this. Get the truth serum out. Come on, let's do it, everyone. Let's all take the truth serum. It's in a little porcelain bowl. Mix a little bit of honey in it so it goes down. Come on. Mash it up with your little volcanic rocks. You know, deep down in your heart, you have the one and done fantasy because you want to bond with one watch. You want to wear the same watch every day. You want to wake up in the morning and not make a choice. You don't want any wrist rotation anxiety. You don't want the beauty of the watch to be diminished by, as you know, the watch potency principle is that the more watches you own, the more diluted, the weaker the potency of those watches becomes. And the inverse is true. The fewer you own. And I'm sorry, man, this probably goes back to your childhood, man. I mean, when I was in the 3rd grade, I had to wear my brown corduroy jacket. My mom bought me other ones because I was getting that jacket dirty, but I didn't want to wear the other ones. If it was cold at school, I'm not wearing a jacket unless it's the brown corduroy. It's my one and done. And I grew up to be a watch fanatic, a watch obsessive, the afflicted. And I have 7 watches. Feels like 21, and I really only want to wear one. It's the only way to get off the hamster wheel of crazy, as we call it in the community. Come on, man. Look at this. Look at this Wimmera. What else do you need, buddy? I know. It's your brown corduroy jacket. It's disgusting. Wearing anything else is a betrayal. It's a betrayal of everything you believe in, McMahon. Okay. And this brings us to point 4 of today's presentation. Having a one and done, just to let you guys know, it's a power move. It's a power move. For those of you guys who have a one and done, you're showing your power, your abundance, your confidence, your strength. And I gotta say something to you guys. The power move watch, or the one and done, it's not dependent on the luxury tier of the watch. It's not dependent on the price. It's not dependent on how much money you have or how much money you're willing to spend. It's all about your confidence. It's all about your aspirational self coming to fruition. And I want to explain this some more. You have the confidence to get off the hamster wheel of crazy, to go with your conviction, your gut, your certainty, and to achieve peace of mind. And you have confidence. And now I want to give you guys some examples. There's a guy I know in the watch community. I've known him for maybe 3 or 4 years. He's called the Lonely Watch Collector. And he and I are friends on all social media platforms. And I want to say something to you about the Lonely Watch Collector. He explained to me that many years ago, he used to rotate lots of luxury timepieces. And by the way, this isn't the only time I heard this story from really smart, educated professionals. This is one story of many. So there was a time long ago, he would rotate luxury timepieces. And you know what he told me? He wasn't happy. Rotating all these luxury timepieces was deleterious to his happiness. And so you know what he did? He sold them. And you want to know what he wears now every day? And he's been wearing the same watch every day for about 4 years. He wears a Casio F91 quartz watch that costs $16. He wears it every day. He says it reminds me of how I need to remain humble. And here, this is a professional. This is a guy who I consider myself fairly intelligent, but this guy's way smarter than me. He's a professional. He's way smarter than me, and he wears a Casio F91 $16 watch. And he says, you know, I wear this every day, but I still enjoy watching you guys go through your watch journey. I still enjoy learning about watches. And so he wears a $16 Casio, and I just want to let you guys know, he's one of the smartest, well-adjusted, salubrious members of the watch community I've ever met. He wears a $16 Casio. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. For me, I couldn't do it. Couldn't wear a $16 Casio. The lowest I would go for me, and I learned this from you guys. You guys taught me this. There's a G-Shock. It's called the GW5000. Respect. Oh man, this watch gets respect in the watch community. If I had a smaller wrist, I would, and I was looking for a one and done at around, I don't know, $260. They're under $300. If I had a smaller wrist, one and done under $300 would be a G-Shock GW5000. Wear it every day, and you know what? That would be a power move. That's a power move to wear the G5000 every day. And the other thing is, people in the watch community give you respect because they know that is one of the most perfect executions of a G-Shock ever made. The GW5000, which they had actually gone down in price. They used to be about $300, now they're about $260. Now, I wouldn't be able to wear that because my wrist is about 8 inches. If I was going to wear a one and done G-Shock, I'd have to go up to $400. It'd be the Frogman. I don't know why, the Frogman speaks to me. I love the asymmetrical style. You know what? If I wore a $400 Frogman every day, I'm just going to tell you guys the truth. That's a power move. That's a power move. That's a confident move. Now, part of me wants to buy a Frogman, but I'm holding off for a couple reasons, but I'll give you one reason. It competes. It would compete with the watch you're looking at right now. This is the Wimera, the SLA-051. It would compete with this. This is my everyday watch right here. I mean, if I want to be honest, I feel very connected to this. This could be my daily diver. I have a couple of other SLA watches. They're blue dial colors. The 055, which I have on a bracelet. Because it's on a bracelet, I look at it as my specialty luxury watch. And then the SLA-023, which I currently have on a waffle. Let me get that in the picture. Yes. Are you kidding me? You're gonna show them the? Yeah. I'm going to show them on the waffle. The OEM, why not? Look at this bat. Okay, this would not be a daily diver like the Wimera because the weight. This is an Arnold watch. This is a bodybuilder watch, and I do love wearing it, but not, I'm not going to wear it every day. And by the way, I can wear it on this strap. I can't wear it on the bracelet. After 4 minutes, like, dude, can you take this off me? I can actually wear it on a strap to work and be fine. But I wouldn't wear this every day. I mean, it's a beast. I like the way you said that, man. Let's just make that a meme. McMahon just said, oh yeah, there was a meme I thought of yesterday where someone asked a guy, how did you achieve watch peace of mind? And the meme would go, the guy just goes, do you really want to know? Kind of like in a Clint Eastwood voice. So I mean, love this watch. Love the, you know what this watch has? 3D. It's 3D. Oh yes. Has that 3D appeal. But I don't know if I could do this every day though, man. I don't know. You know what I could do every day more than the SLA-023? A little more wearable. I hate to tell you this. The tuna. Oh yeah. I like the way you said tuna, McMahon. I feel like I'm at a circus. The tuna. in cage 14. All right, now this I wore to work on Tuesday. God, I loved wearing it. I was depressed when I took it off. It's on the Dive Core. I'm enjoying the dive. I'm thankful for these Dive Core FKM straps with fat spring bars. Very thankful for those. Yeah, I wore this Tuesday. Loved it. I mean, this could be a daily. This could be a daily also. Yeah, I mean, here's what I'm trying to tell you, man. It breaks my heart that I don't have a one and done. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart that I don't have the peace of mind that the Lonely Watch Collector has, man. So here's the thing, man. Having this tuna, it's so beautiful. It's like being stuck with 7 beautiful watches all by itself, according to my 7 times principle. And according to that principle, because I have 7 watches, I can't even, look, I had to hold it. I couldn't even, he had to hold it. What a geek, man, what a watch nerd. He had to hold the watch. So, I mean, it's like I have 21 watches. And I'm convinced that the Lonely Watch Collector with his one and done, a $16 Casio, I'm convinced, ladies and gentlemen, here's my thesis in today's presentation. I'm convinced that he's happier than the guy who is anxiously trying to rotate what feels like 21 watches. And, you know, I'm going to conclude this video with some pertinent questions. And you can answer them in the comments. You ready? Is a guy who curates, you know, several watches on my channel. What am I selling? Am I selling happiness? Or am I selling anxiety and chaos and FOMO? You know, sugar high, cheap dopamine. That's evil, man. I don't want to do the work of evil. No way, man. That's why I wanted to talk about the Lonely Watch Collector. He found the true path. So, here's the other thing I want to ask. Is the one and done the sign of freedom and happiness? And if it is rotating 21 watches really what you want to do? Or is it a form of imprisonment? You know what I mean? And here's my last question, man. Am I serious about my one and done theory as a power move? Or is this merely a thought experiment? Because I want to let you guys know something, man. These questions that I just asked at the conclusion of this video, they keep me up at night, man. It's insane. I actually can't sleep sometimes. I wake up, what am I doing? Oh, the humanity, ladies and gentlemen. Please answer these questions. Tell me if I'm on to something. And until next time, I am out.